Ballpark District Board. Elsa's on the Park now reopened after 2 people were shot on Wednesday. TMJ4 News reports a man was walking out of Elsa's with a to-go order when 2 people who were allegedly parked outside came up to the restaurant's front doors and started unloading their weapons. Longtime server Steve Brielmeyer tells TMJ4 News he was caught in the gunfire.
I just wanted to get out of the way of the bullets so I didn't get killed, and I'd be able to see my kids later today.
Brielmeyer was grazed by a bullet and spent some time in the hospital, but less than 48 hours later, he was back at work as he has done for over 2 decades. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office says deputies committed no criminal conduct in connection to a March jail death. In March, 37-year-old Terrence Mack was found dead in his cell. The sheriff's office says he was found unconscious in his bed during a scheduled medication pass. The medical examiner's office concluding he died from heart disease. There have been 6 in-custody deaths at the Milwaukee County Jail in the past 14 months. It's been a big sports week in Milwaukee, and this weekend, the competition moves from the diamond to the monitor.
Cream City Convergence is an esports tournament hosted by Milwaukee Bucks esports division Bucks Gaming. Tournament organizer Josh Barnacle explains what esports are.
The simple terminology for it is electronic sports, but it kind of encompasses a lot of different competitive video games in general.
He also explains the event will have
the typical casual area for people that just want to get games in and practice. We'll have the pool area where all of the actual in-bracket systems will be happening.
Doors open Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Baird Center in downtown Milwaukee. Charlie Snell, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 9:04.
This report's sponsored by Mr. Holland's Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit MrHollandsHeatingandAir.com.
You're not going to use all that heat at once, so why pay for it all at once? I mean, you don't buy a sack of potatoes and eat them all in one sitting, or hoard toilet paper for one morning of relief. Okay, maybe these aren't the best examples. The point is, buying a brand new furnace doesn't have to be an all-or-nothing transaction. Purchase a fully warranted factory-fresh furnace from Mr. Holland's Home Services and enjoy 0% interest for 24 months. This means you can have your heat and afford it too. Face it, your old furnace is running way too hard and racking up unnecessarily high energy bills. But with a new high-efficiency furnace from Mr. Holland's, you may see a dip in those bills, plus interest-free payments for 2 whole years. That's no small potatoes or toilet paper. Call 866-992-1717 or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If you're ready to pay for 24-hour comfort over 24 months, we can help.
Hi there, it's Rose Gray from Fox World Travel. Let's explore the world together. Picture yourself traveling in style and luxury, embracing the beauty of the world and creating cherished memories with friends. We've curated one-of-a-kind immersive experiences just for you. Whether it's serene landscapes of Alaska, the enchanting history of Europe, the tropical paradise of Hawaii, the cultural wonders of Egypt, Japan, and Vietnam, or a breathtaking safari in South Africa, we've got it all. And that's not all. We offer diverse travel options from land to ocean and river journeys. Our award-winning Fox Group Vacation experts have collaborated with the best tour and cruise companies, including Insight Vacations, Globus, Avalon Waterways, Uniworld, and Holland America, to craft these extraordinary itineraries exclusively available at Fox. Visit foxworldtravel.com to explore our incredible collection or call 866-GO-FOXGO to speak with one of our knowledgeable travel advisors. The world is waiting for you, and we can't wait to embark on this thrilling adventure together. Let's explore the world together. Start your journey today.
WTMJ's sports update. The Brewers took their time last night, defeating the Cubs in an extra inning, 4-3. The second game of the series is this evening at home, starting at 6:10. Tune in to WTMJ for all your Brewers coverage. It looks like the Marlins will be coming to Milwaukee for the Wild Card Series next week, but it won't be concrete until the end of the weekend. No Packers football tomorrow. Next game is Monday, October 9th in Las Vegas. Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. Nothing major across the Milwaukee traffic system. Still that disabled vehicle on 41 South near Caledonia and near downtown Milwaukee. Looks like on the 94 South, just a little bit beyond the ramp from Beecher Street, the right lane is blocked due to another disabled vehicle. So if you're on 94 South around Beecher Street, watch out. There may be a little bit of a slowdown. Other than that, should be pretty easy going where you need to get to this morning.
Traffic is sponsored by Angela Calais and Benefit Realty.
At Benefit Realty, pay only 3.5 to 3.9% real estate commission and get all the service that you should. Benefit Realty, you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, a high of 77, mostly sunny, and tomorrow, a high of 79. And the temperatures keep picking up from there. On Monday, it'll be a high of 81, sunny that day. Tuesday, 81, partly cloudy. 84 on Wednesday, but watch out for Thursday. There's a strong chance of thunderstorms and a sharp drop in temperatures after that point. If you're over in Madison, you're feeling a nice 65 degrees in Green Bay. It is a nice 66 as well. Waukesha, 59. Right here in Milwaukee, 66 degrees. I'm Jack Grouse, citing Unlimited WTMJ News, time 9:08.
The following program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma brands.
Whether you're planning the trip of a lifetime or just a weekend getaway, the Fox World Travel Show will be your guide. On WTMJ.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Kind of like a tennis match here. It's Rose. It's Colleen. It's Rose. It's Colleen. It's Rose. This week, it's Colleen Alsberg. How are you?
I'm good. I'm better now. I had a little construction issue on the way down, so I was afraid I was going to be late, but I made it.
I don't lie. When you guys aren't standing in the producer's booth before the show starts, I'm like, I don't know quite enough about travel to be able to do this show on my own. So glad you're here.
Yeah, and that's so unlike me. I'm a tour manager.
You are,
I am never late.
You're always here nice and early, but you made it.
I made it. It's all good.
Life is good.
Yeah, I had a beautiful drive down. I had stayed with my folks last night and had a beautiful breakfast this morning with Mom and Dad, and I had some coffee and thought I would be in plenty of time, but then hit some, 43 is just a mess.
Really? Is there construction in Wisconsin this time?
Yeah, a little bit.
Didn't realize that.
A lot of orange on the way down, so I bypassed it, ended up in Bayview at one point. No, it's just been a day, so I'm glad I'm here.
Yay! All right, so let's talk travel. What's the big hot news we all need to know about?
Well, actually right now, can you believe it? We're working on 2025 already for our group tours.
That's crazy.
I know it comes up
that
so
sounds like
fast.
Sci-fi to me. 2025.
It doesn't. When did that happen? Yeah,
right.
Wasn't it just like 2020? So we're got some great ideas for 2025.
Traveling to the moon.
Yeah.
Mars.
Well, maybe. We'll get Elon on the phone. But I put a post out on Facebook last night, and boy, did I get some good suggestions. And quite honestly, as I was reading through everything, there were a lot of destinations that we've already planned on putting into the itineraries and stuff. So we're working on that. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have some exciting 2025 groups to put out there. And I'm going to be starting working on Alaska again in November.
Okay.
So that's coming up. But some great ideas. I was looking through from some of my friend clients. I call them my friend clients. Machu Picchu, Portugal, Burgundy and Provence, Galapagos, Israel, Australia, New Zealand, Alaska, of course. Can't deny that.
Right.
Just a lot. Turkey, Amazon River Cruise. Norway.
Oh, Amazon River Cruise would be cool.
Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? So there's all kinds of great stuff, great suggestions, and I know a lot of these destinations are already on our calendar. So keep an eye on it, and we'll get you guys farther reaches of the world.
So we talk about the group travel a lot because that's what this show is kind of about. But you guys do it all: business travel, destination honeymoons.
Yeah.
You can do personalized trips for people. It's not all about group vacation.
Absolutely. In fact, if you see something that we're doing in the group department but doesn't fit into your plans for your dates, you can actually work with one of our advisors and book anything you want. And our company is so well-rounded, and I want to give a plug to our destination weddings department. They're amazing. My brother runs a event venue, and they're actually having a wedding today.
Okay.
And so I always say, well, get them to go to Fox for their honeymoon at least. But it's a lot of work. There's so much involved in a local wedding. And if you want to make it easy and get married in just a beautiful place and go to Mexico and kiss at sunset, but the ladies in our wedding department are amazing. Sam and Donna and Sue, they just they eat, breathe, and live weddings, and they make them seamless for the couples. And they can go alone and do a wedding. They can take their families. They can take 100 friends if they want, right. And they get a vacation out of it too. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I see more and more people doing that. It's kind of cool.
And I think it saves money in the long run.
Yeah, weddings are not cheap.
They are not. I bet you know that.
I do. The Old National Bank talking text line is 855-616-1620. We're talking travel today. Get your calls in. It's the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
You're just going to have to live with it. That's what I told myself. And if you can believe it, that's what the doctors told me.
Since Andy was a boy, he had health issues, which later we would find were primarily due to his trouble breathing. So for 36 years, Andy lived with about 85% blockage in his nose. He had to breathe through his mouth, because when he tried to breathe through his nose, it felt like he was being suffocated. It affected his sleep, his work life, and his ability to play sports. And he wasn't going to let it ruin his life anymore. So he came to Advent. As bad as it was, his problem required a simple solution. In-office balloon sinuplasty and turbinate reduction. Procedures you won't find offered by big box healthcare. This is Dr. Madan Kandula. It's definitely possible that your nasal breathing problems have a simple solution too. You can hear Andy's story in his own words at adventknowsandy.com and begin on your path to breathing well and living better.
AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
You're off to see the wonderful world, and then it's back to your own castle. Make sure yours is beautiful and up to date. Siding Unlimited, Wisconsin's best contractor for everything on the outside of your castle, welcomes you home to the best it can be. You should not have to worry about your home's integrity while you are away. Let Siding Unlimited ensure it with all the best exterior products. Hometown Siding Unlimited is recognized as one of the best contractors in America by the manufacturers of the nation's best products in siding, roofing, decks, and especially windows. They have the awards. Take the initiative, and Siding Unlimited will make you proud to come home every time, whether it's from an exotic tour or from the grocery store. Set up an appointment with Siding Unlimited for your castle renewal now, and we'll see you when you get back. Bon voyage from Siding Unlimited, and then welcome home. SidingUnlimited.com.
So here's why you'd want an Armstrong air heat pump. Consider a powerful electric backup to your gas furnace that can do the work of your furnace very efficiently. That means lower energy bills, and it has a rock-solid 12-year warranty and can act as an AC unit too. But here's the real gist of it. With all the government tax credits you get, you almost get the darn thing free. So see the man in the red van to get reliable efficiency from an Armstrong air heat pump.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality heating, quality heating.
Once you've lived with it, you know there's no comparison. Hydronic heating is the best in comfort. And when it comes to hydronic heating, the man in the red van can do it all with a 96% efficiency modulating heat boiler, slant fin wall-mounted radiating heat, cast iron radiators, or how about in-floor heat that we can even lay in below your new driveway on your new home build, so you never have to shovel. Now we're talking.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality heating, quality heating.
Here from Planet Vacation, we got you covered. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane and Colleen Alsberg with you this morning. Good morning. Going to be a high of 80, sunny. Going to be a great day. Why are we playing this music?
Oh, I'm trying to get myself in the mode. I'm going next Sunday. I'll be on the air with you on Saturday next week, and then on Sunday I leave with a group to the Netherlands and Germany, and I'm trying to get myself pumped up for that because I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Can't be too difficult to get pumped up for that. That sounds like a great trip.
Yeah, Amsterdam is probably one of my most favorite places in Europe, and it's just a fun place to putz around and take people on little side tours and walk them through the red light district and make them feel uncomfortable a little bit. It's fun. We like to have fun in Amsterdam, and then, oh my gosh, I'm going to Strasbourg and Rudesheim and Heidelberg, so seeing a lot of castles and eating some great food on those riverboats. I'm on the Avalon Waterways, and of the group that I'm taking, I know half of them. I've traveled with half of them, and they are going to be nuts. I know. They're going to all get along really well. I can tell already. A lot of fun.
Anything like that on 2024's itinerary? What do you have in Germany for next year?
Yeah, we've got some river cruise coming up in 24 as well. So we definitely hit Germany a lot because we know Milwaukee. Thank you, Isaac, for that great polka. We know that Milwaukee is that, very German area, so we like to make sure people get over there.
Nice. The Old National Bank talking text line, 855-616-1620. Let's go to Neil in Menominee Falls. Good morning, Neil. What's your question?
Good morning. Hi, Colleen. Linda and I were with you on your trip to Poland last year.
Hi, Neil.
Yeah. Hi. Anyway, we got off the Celebrity Flora last week, and we did the 10-day inner loop itinerary. And the best way to describe Celebrity is they have a massive on-ground staff. Even though our plane got in at 2 a.m. in the morning to Quito, there was the Celebrity guide was there, baggage handlers were taken to the JW Marriott Hotel and spent the night. The meals included were excellent at the hotel. And then the walking tour around Quito even had Celebrity security men following the group.
Wow, that's awesome.
After a day, then we were taken to the airport, 2-hour charter flight to the Galapagos. And Celebrity had it. There was only 97 guests on the ship this week and 86 crew.
Wow.
And everyone on the plane, nobody had a middle seat. It was very nice. A meal was served. Got to the Galapagos and immediately transferred to the Zodiacs and taken to the ship. And the ship was, it's more like a luxury yacht versus a ship. It's very
wonderful.
easy to get around. Food was good, and every day there was at least 2 or 3 choices for excursions in the morning and 2 or 3 in the afternoon for all fitness levels.
Wow.
And
cool.
I would describe the food on the ship as good. And unlike a regular cruise ship, you have your designated meal times, and that's it as far as eating goes. But there's certainly cheaper ways to do the Galapagos, but the Flora was first class.
Oh, that's good to hear. I was looking at Celebrity because I know they have those 2 new ships there. And so thank you, Neil. This is great information, and it's definitely something we're probably going to move forward with for 2025.
Excellent.
Awesome. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the call. Have a great weekend. 855-616-1620, the Old National Bank talking text line. This text says we're going to Alaska early June of 2024. When should we get airfare?
I would start looking right now. It's very important. Airfare there's not a lot of flights up to Alaska to begin with, and the cruise lines eat a lot of that space. So if you've actually booked with one of the cruise lines, you might want to check with them. You'll probably get better pricing and better itineraries. Otherwise, if you want to book it on your own, I would just really start going on that right now because it is available for June.
Okay. From the 920, it says, I love the idea of taking a European cruise so our stuff stays in one place and we move. But if I'm taking my 17 and 19-year-olds next summer, would a cruise, even on a bigger ship with stuff to do, be disappointing compared to a tour where we go all the best stops in France and Italy?
Oh, that's if it was Italy, I would suggest, and probably France as well, I would probably more stick with a land tour. With the age of the teenagers, they probably would get more historic and educational opportunities out of it. If you did decide to go with a cruise, I would not probably cruise Italy. Just that's my own opinion on a river cruise. It's kind of a limited area that they see. But France, they've got so many different cruises you could do. The south of France, you can do, if you want to do something historic, out to the beaches of Normandy, you could do Paris and Normandy. So that France would be a little bit more
cruise friendly. I'm
just trying, that age group too. These river cruises tend to be a older demographic, so it
Relaxing,
can be, yeah,
taking the
absolutely.
sights.
And so they'd probably be a bit bored with the river cruise portion of it because it's just so regimented. But it is nice to not pack and unpack. I get that for sure. But I think the average age of river cruisers is 55.
Oh.
So it's pretty, a little bit more mature. I'm going to say mature because I'm 55 now. So I'd probably, with that situation, look more into a land tour.
All right. It's 9:22. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more of your calls and texts, 855-616-1620. Colleen Allsberg here this week. It's the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Planning a getaway? Reserve a parking space that includes superior service and value. Exec Park is the only local family-owned valet parking serving travelers using Mitchell Field for over 42 years. Exec Park has an even greater deal for a limited time just for WTMJ fans. It's just $8.50 a day with cash payment when you mention WTMJ. To get terrific valet parking at this amazing rate, make your required parking reservation today. Call 414-747-1000 or visit execpark.com and tell them you're a fan of WTMJ.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. At LAK Group, they call great leaders agile leaders, those who inspire and are agents of change, driving organizational improvement. These leaders attract talent and positively impact business outcomes. LAK creates agile leaders, offering custom leadership development programs tailored to your organization's mission. They can take you from good to great. Learn more about the leadership development programs at LAK Group. Visit transformingcareers.com. LAK Group. Discover your human advantage.
Take your travel tips from the travel experts. Welcome back to the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
All right, so I love the fact that Isaac is playing this music, but I don't have a beer in my hand listening
Yeah.
to polka, and that's a must.
Nice big pretzel.
Next
Ugh.
time, warn me. I'll bring the
Okay.
pretzels and beer, and
All
we'll
right,
go.
sounds good.
Colleen Ellsberg here, Dayton Kane as well. Thanks for joining us this morning on the Fox World Travel Show. 855-616-1620 is the Old National Bank talking text line. Let's go to Mark in Milwaukee. Good morning. What's your question, Mark?
Good morning. Actually, a quote-unquote wanted trip. I paid for a trip at a fundraiser, but I have the option of choosing from either Cabo or St. Martin. Never been to either, and I'm just curious what your take is, if there'd be a preference one way or the other.
Well, they're two completely different places, really. Cabo would probably be easier to get to just because it's in Mexico and there's easier flight schedules to get there. I love Cabo San Lucas. It's on the Pacific Ocean. Very beautiful, great resorts, little, very real Mexican towns yet. It's more of a desert, though, so it does get cool at night. So a lot of the resorts actually have bonfires for you at night, so it's very pretty. Lots of things to explore. You can, get off on the go see the Land's End and all that area there. It's just but very resort area. You kind of stuck in Cabo. You're kind of in one spot. And St. Martin, it's its own island. I love St. Martin. One side is Dutch and one side is French. That would be a very fun place to probably rent a car and be able to drive around and see a lot of different things. Very beautiful. The waters around St. Martin are absolutely gorgeous. The beaches are gorgeous. Nice blue waters. And again, good prices. Just might be a little bit harder to get there with the air. So that I think you can't go wrong either way, Mark. They're both wonderful. It's just kind of what you have in mind and what you want to do when you're there.
Appreciate the advice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great trip. Congratulations on winning the auction. 855-616-1620. Looking for a suggestion for a trip to Greece. We are mom and dad, 63 years old, and 2 adult children. We're looking for a scenic but not touristy island with great food and activities. They say they know it's a big ask, but they love the show and would like to know what you think.
Oh, I love Greece. That is, it's hard to. There's so many islands. There's so many neat things to do. One of my favorites is Katakolan. That's where the Olympics started. The very first Olympics was in Katakolan. So that island is gorgeous. And of course, you've always got the Santorinis and all that. And we are actually putting together a group for 25 that's going to start in Athens, do a few nights there. But we're going to try and make it more relaxing. We'll take the ferries over to 2 islands, to Santorini and to, I think, Mykonos is one of them. So they give you more time to just relax. Yes, there is touristy areas, but usually the tourist time is when those big cruise ships come in. Once the cruise ships are gone, it's just quiet and lovely, and then you get to explore on your own. You can do, rental cars. You can just relax, take walking tours. But I would highly suggest getting in touch with one of our advisors that are Greece experts, and they can walk you through the different islands and give you some better advice. I've only been to Greece a couple times and just off a cruise ship, so I've never stayed there, which is my goal someday. But Martha Hardy in our Brookfield office, she's amazing. She'll help you walk it through. We've got Laura, we got Sonia. Everybody can help you.
All right. 855-616-1620, the Old National Bank talk and text line. We're going to London with Sandy Mack soon and wondering if I should get British pounds here or in England.
I'd probably pick up a few pounds here if you can, just to have a little pocket change in case when you arrive you need to do some minor tipping or buy a coffee or something like that. Normally, Rose and I both agree, we usually take about $200 of U.S. value of with the pound, you probably get 100 pounds with that, but just to have a little pocket change. Otherwise, use an ATM. I use ATMs all the time, and that's the best way to get the current price exchange.
Okay. This question was going to come up because everybody's wondering about it. You guys are going on your trip next week. What's going on with travel and the possible shutdown if the government shuts down tonight at midnight?
Yeah, I've been watching that too. I'm worried about that as well. They say that the TSA and the security people are probably not. They're probably going to work through it, but be prepared for long lines and be prepared for patients, and they're probably not going to be very happy to be working without getting paid. But the good thing about our trip, we'll keep an eye on it. It's not till next Sunday, so hopefully they can get this resolved within a few days and not extend it too far out. And then we're going to get to Chicago in plenty of time to get through security. And we have a direct flight, so we don't have to worry about any connections within the United States. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed. There's not much we can do about it at this point. Just hope for the best and just be patient.
Isn't this a news story every month, though, where the government's going to shut down, then it doesn't? The government's going to shut down. Oh, no, we made it. Oh, the government's going to shut down. So we'll see if it actually happens. Hopefully. I mean, this one, for some reason, either the news is doing a better job of making it sound like it's actually going to happen, or they're just hyping it up to get ratings. I don't know.
Yeah, let's hope it's hype.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's see. We are going to take a break. When we come back, more of your calls and texts at 855-616-1620. Now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Jack Grau. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for having me. City of Milwaukee residents will be able to rake their leaves into the curb lanes tomorrow until November 15th. City of Milwaukee Department of Public Works will begin collecting the leaves the week of October 16th. Keep piles away from the sewer grates. That's what the Department of Public Works advises to do. Keep them away from the sewer grates, storm drains, and the low-hanging trees. You can include yard debris like flowers and garden trimmings and weeds on top of the leaf piles, but do not include grass clippings, pumpkin, litter, or other bagged material. It's not a trash pile. Milwaukee police are investigating a fatal shooting that occurred last night near the intersection of Locust Street and Humboldt Boulevard. The shooting occurred at 10:40 p.m. The 40-year-old victim was pronounced deceased at the scene, and the investigation is ongoing. A spokesperson for the Evers administration told the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that the governor's office is developing a strategy to navigate the impending government shutdown, which is pretty likely. While federal employees would likely be furloughed, programs like SNAP benefits and Medicaid would be unlikely to be affected. Excuse me there. Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. Those two slowdowns that we were talking about earlier have been cleared up, so nothing in Milwaukee. If you're driving around town, nothing major that's going to keep you from where you need to be going this morning.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
WTMJ 5-day forecast, a high of 77 today, and tomorrow a high of 79. On Monday, it'll be a high of 81 degrees and a high of 81 on Tuesday as well, with some clouds, and a high of 84 on Wednesday. Thursday, watch out for those thunderstorms and a sharp drop in temperatures after that. I'm Jack Grouse, citing Unlimited. WTMJ News Time, it's 9:32.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
Time to check in with Mark Hass, editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal.
There's a big need for money in Milwaukee.
Entertainment.
Matt Miller from OnMilwaukee.com.
I've had enough Aaron Rodgers to last me a lifetime.
And more.
We got a busy show today.
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. A couple years ago, my knee was acting up. As an athlete, I've played through pain before, but it was getting to the point where I couldn't compete in the sports I loved. I decided to check out Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. It's the best decision I've made. I felt no pressure to have surgery. That was important to me. We had choices. I ultimately did choose to have a procedure. I was in and out in just hours and back in action shortly after. I recommend meeting their doctors. Visit orthowisconsin.com today.
It's great to get back home when your castle grounds are grand. Outdoor Living Unlimited is a company that does just that. As in their name, your outdoor living can be grand and the possibilities are unlimited. Patios, decks, water and fire features, lighting, pathways, pergolas, outdoor kitchens. Unleash your imagination out there, then turn Outdoor Living Unlimited loose. Travel the world and always come home to your dream destination. Start with a voyage to Brookfield's OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Russ bought his first home in Wisconsin with a mortgage from Accunet when today's college freshmen were still in diapers. A few Friday mornings ago, Russ emailed saying he and his wife were ready to buy their forever home. And by 4 o'clock, we were all on a conference call with their real estate agent talking about what it would take to write a winning offer in today's inventory-starved market. And then it happened. They met their dream home face-to-face Saturday afternoon and wrote an offer $15,000 over asking, accompanied by an Accunet property-specific pre-approval letter that guaranteed they could make good on that offer without selling their existing home first and without requiring an appraisal. That's right, no appraisal required, which both the listing agent and seller loved. I can't promise your very first offer will be accepted like Russ and Julie's, but I will promise Accunet can help you and your agent craft the most attractive offer possible. Hey, don't settle for a flimsy, unimaginative bank pre-approval. Get started with your rock-solid, guaranteed pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Plan a perfect vacation, no matter your budget. This is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
We got the German polka theme today on the Fox World Travel Show. Dayton Kane and Rose Gray. Rose Gray is on another trip back to Italy, right?
Yeah, and she did great. Thank God. We had a little glitch with her bus, but we can control a bus better than we control an airplane. So she did get to Florence without any issue.
Good.
She's enjoying the same exact trip that she did with Steve Scafidi, and it's working out great. So all we have to do is get her home.
Good.
Yeah.
So we have Colleen Alsberg here today, and I was looking at foxworldtravel.com, and under resources and vacation travel shows and events, I see a new podcast up there.
Yeah, Rose and I, we were put into action quickly because we were only together at the office for 3 days in between her leaving again. So we, on Tuesday, we quick ran through all of our 2024 Fox Group vacations, just giving them a good overview of what's for sale and what, a little more detail, a little more fun, telling them about, especially battlefields. That is such a neat trip, and it's very customized completely from top to bottom, and it's something you're not going to get anywhere in the world from any other travel agent. So take a peek at that battlefields trip with Rose and John Bramage, who is the famous Gigi's husband, who is a World War I, World War II war historian, and he is funny, he's fun. He's British. He's just crazy, and he really loves taking these trips out with our group. So that's take a peek at that. That's a beautiful trip.
That's one nice thing about your guys' group trips is you've been doing this long enough that you find the best places to go, the best route to take. Like when you're going on these trips, it's decades worth of knowledge getting put into putting the trip together.
Absolutely. I mean, our tour developer, Deb, she does our European product, and she's got so many great contacts and just a wealth of knowledge and knows these things. And we love her because that's what makes us different. And
right.
Yeah, we love it.
FoxWorldTravel.com is where you find that virtual tour that they recorded this week. That's also where you can find the podcast. So if you're just tuning in and you missed the first 36 minutes of the show, you can go find it there, usually by about Tuesday. Otherwise, wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, it's kind of all over the place. We make sure you have access to it.
Absolutely.
So let's get to some more of these texts here. So this one says... we did that one. My wife and I are headed to Scotland in mid-November with Globus. Any must-see spots that you would recommend?
I just love Scotland. That's just such a beautiful country. We just had a group that got back from there too, and I was just reliving all the pictures. But if you have to be going to Edinburgh. Absolutely, that is just the most beautiful city in Scotland. And when in Edinburgh, I'd hike the Royal Mile and do some shopping. Maybe that's where you want to pick up your tartan pattern if you're Scottish. Very cool area. I would also, in that area, get into one of the cabarets, the Scottish cabarets. They'll pipe you in by a piper in a kilt, and then they have an amazing meal and dancing, and then you're going to have to try haggis. You should. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It sounds bad.
They need a better name, yeah.
Yeah, it just sounds bad, but it's really not that bad. And then when you're in Edinburgh, I took a tour of the Royal Yacht Britannia, which is the Queen of England's one that's docked now. It's a museum. That was really interesting. So if you want to hit something like that, that's really cool. And then outside of Edinburgh, one of my favorite places is actually Loch Lomond and the Trossachs National Park. If you want to do a little hiking and see some of the beauty up in the Highlands and catch pictures of the Highland cows, and also there's Loch Ness up there. You have to stop. It's just kind of a thing, and look for Nessie. But there's Glasgow's got some. It's a great seaside city, lots of great museums as well. I could go on forever with Scotland.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, but it's great. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. You can go to the Isle of Skye, just kind of what your thoughts are and what you want to hit. So if you're a museum person, you'd be very happy with that. And if you're a nature person, that as well.
Okay, lots to do. Thinking of family vacation, St. Lucia or Reba, 4 adults, 1 10-year-old child. What's the best choice for all-inclusive, wanting some ocean experience?
Okay. Let's see. St. Lucia or Aruba. Aruba is more of a desert type island, not so tropical, but the beaches are gorgeous. And then St. Lucia, I would probably lean more toward that for an all-inclusive experience there. Probably more choices as well in St. Lucia. I would, again, this is someone I'd call somebody at Fox to get one of the experts on those islands and the all-inclusives, and they can kind of point you in the right direction because there's so many different choices to look at. But probably look at something more if you're taking a younger kid, more family-friendly places, and they can come up with those for you.
Okay. 855-616-1620, the old National Bank talk and text line. Are there any land group tours of Italy in 2024?
Yes, there are. I'm thinking Best of Italy for sure. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. Let me get back on that one. I just want to check to see availability because I know that one sells out pretty quickly, and I want to make sure it's still there for you.
So when you go to foxworldtravel.com, you hit travel at the top, just kind of hover over it. It drops down a drop-down, Fox Group Vacations. You click on that. There are so many trips. I mean, when I started this show 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago now, we were in the thick of COVID, and there was like maybe 4 trips still listed up there. It was just brutal. Now I'm like, wow, we're seeing the whole world again. Everybody's traveling.
Isn't that great? And I did a quick check while you were talking. Thank you for talking.
Yeah.
September 20th through the October 1st, perfect time of the year to go to Italy. We have our Best of Italy trip. There's still a few seats left on it. This one's wonderful because you start in Rome. And I call it kind of the triangle. Then you go up to Florence, where you get to hit San Gimignano, and then you go to Pisa, Then you stay for 2 nights on the island of Venice. We come down and stay in the beautiful city of Assisi, and then we head to Sorrento, where we stay 2 nights and get a chance to go to the Isle of Capri. And that's just the rich and famous. It's just kind of a neat thing, a place to putz through and I window shop there. And then we come back and we fly home from Naples. So it's absolutely perfect. You see all of Venice. It is with Insight Vacations. So you're on a business class type bus where it's only 40 people. So they take half the seats or, a good amount of seats out. And so you've got a lot of space on the bus, very comfortable for the longer days. But it's a small country, so there's not a lot of bus riding. But if you want to hit this one up, take a peek at that one. I'd get on that because it's starting to sell out.
All right. A lot of these probably will because people are back to traveling again, which is great. A couple segments left, so get your calls in. The Old National Bank Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. The Fox World Travel Show is on WTMJ.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Pain relief and gimmicks. The two seem to go hand in hand, and it really is a shame because when you're living with chronic pain, you're vulnerable. And that's why so many people get tricked into buying unproven treatments. At Rejuvenex, we understand how you suffer, how you wait to get out of bed because you know the pain is coming. Chronic pain from osteoarthritis is a terrible thing, and that's why we use our proprietary, powerful, FDA-approved treatments to precisely target your affected areas, to provide cushion and lubrication that helps deliver long-lasting pain relief in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. I'm Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. We're in-network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief, really.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Champagne's not as cheap as ginger ale, and you can't buy caviar for the same price as candy. But right now, you can buy high-end Beautyrest and Sealy Posturepedic mattresses for nowhere near high-end prices. Hasseless Mattress is clearing out a handful of premium floor models. These mattresses are the best, and you can get them for way less. Like the Sealy Posturepedic Glendale Falls Queen was on sale for $955, now just $362. Or the Beautyrest Windsor Isle King was on sale for $2,077, but the floor model is just $623. Plus, save big on a Beautyrest Advanced Motion Adjustable Base. Was $999, now just $377. It's like buying a Rolls Royce for $10,000 just because it sat on the showroom floor. Selection is limited. Only a few floor models are available at each Hasseless location, and when they're gone for good. Find a self-service, employee-free showroom near you at Hasseless.com.
Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life. Brands from Carhartt to Milwaukee to Purina to Goodyear to Rapala to Levi's and a whole lot more. In-store or online, check out all the brands Fleet Farm carries to help make your everyday life better.
Only 11% of those trying to sell their own homes actually succeed. And of those that do sell their own home, they sell on average for 26% less than agented properties. This often negates the savings they were hoping to get by doing it on their own. So why do it on your own when you have an experienced realtor that will give you full service at only 3.5 to 3.9% commission? Don't let your home sit while others are selling faster and at potentially better than asking prices. Call Benefit Realty for a highly experienced agent, and you'll pay less for full service. In this seller's market, even homeowners are trying to sell their own home. But more times than not, it doesn't work out like they'd hoped. And while homes like theirs are selling, and selling fast for over asking prices, their homes aren't. So what's your next best strategy? Well, if you're looking to relieve yourself of the stress of selling your own home and still get top dollar while getting the full service benefits that an experienced realtor can give you, then look no further. I'm Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where 3.5 to 3.9% commission assures that you pay less for full service.
Gotta get away? No one does it better. Back to more on the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane and Colleen Ellsberg here. Isaac playing all the polka music, getting Colleen psyched up for her big trip in a week. And this is making me want to skip working on the lawn today and actually go to a beer garden and drink a beer.
Well, it is a nice day, and there's limited days left. We got to do this.
I don't want to work. I want to go have fun.
I know. Me too.
All right. So speaking of that, it's supposed to get up to 90 again this week, which is crazy. So again, it's people, I don't think, have fully switched over to the fact, oh yeah, it's going to get cold and I need to book my trip for this winter. Do we still have time to book a trip for this winter?
Absolutely. If you're thinking about getting into some sun and fun, I do it pretty quickly though, because I know the charter flights out of Milwaukee are getting pretty limited. Okay. But so if you're planning on going to Cancun or Puerto Vallarta, or you want to get down to maybe go into Jamaica or Punta Cana. The charters are all out there yet, probably limited seats, but the deals are going to be there. So Apple is always throwing some deals out at us. So get in touch with one of our advisors and get on that, because it is selling out. We've got a group right now that we're working on, and they want to switch dates, and we're just having a really hard time finding 40 seats for them.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. So 1 or 2 seats here and there probably not going to be a problem. If you're going with a group of 8 or 10, then I'd get on it and pretty quickly and make sure you get that Sun and Fun all booked and something to look forward to, because it's going to get yucky in January and February.
Right.
Yeah.
And you guys can help even if I'm trying to get out of here in February, March, in that range, and there's not a group trip that's still available. You guys can help set up everything else for me and my family to go down.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We'll pick out some nice resorts for you and see what's available and make sure that those seats are on the charter that's available.
When you talk about that charter, that's a direct flight, which is nice, right? Isn't it typically like we're leaving Milwaukee and we're going to land where we want to land?
Absolutely. It's a seasonal thing. They only run it, and they know we need to get out of here in the summer or in the winter time, so they run it seasonally. Starts a little bit before Christmas and ends right after spring break. Usually Easter is a pretty big cutoff time. And but yeah, direct flights, you pay for your flight, pay for your bags, get everything done ahead of time. Easy peasy, just get to Milwaukee. Great parking options there and easy to get to. So and then you're there within 3-4 hours and you're in sunshine.
So you heard her. There's still some time, but it's filling up quickly. So get your travel set up now for those Christmas or those spring break vacations. A lot of people take it during their kids' week off of school, and they book the trip with the family. If you're flexible and you can fill out the form at foxworldtravel.com, tell them that, hey, I want to go sometime in January or February. I can go whenever I want, but here's the place I'm looking to go, how many people we're thinking we're taking. If you have certain dates, put those in there. They can help you out. Somebody will call you on Monday or Tuesday, get the ball rolling, get you booked on that vacation so you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Perfect. I'm almost jealous.
And part of the great thing about a winter vacation is looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Knowing that it's coming and saying, oh, so the sooner you book it, the more you get that. Like, oh, yeah.
I mean, isn't that it? I mean, that I get kind of the heebie-jeebies when I don't have something to look forward to when it comes to travel. And I've got a trip coming up, actually after I get back from my river cruise with my group. I am leaving a week and a half later to go to Munich to do my own river cruise with a friend.
There you go.
And I'm so looking forward to that. And then the hard part starts, because I have to renew my passport. And I will be without a passport for, it could be up to 3 months. I don't know. And if this government shutdown happens,
How long is that going to take?
Exactly. Because I've got a trip to Japan in April, and I need 6 months validity on my passport, and I wouldn't have enough.
So to put this into perspective for the average person, a travel advisor without a passport is kind of like you leave the house without your phone.
Yes.
And you're like, whoa, I need my phone.
Yeah.
I need my phone. That's like you're feeling I can't send this off for 3 months. I need this passport.
I get so nervous because I need it for my job, and it's a part of me. My passport is a part of me. And so I'm going to have to go to Hawaii, I guess. I don't know what else to do. So.
All right. We have one final segment coming up. Get your calls and texts in 855-616-1620. The old National Bank talking text line. It's the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
This is Libby Collins. Join me this Sunday morning at 11 o'clock for our WTMJ conversation with Dr. Eve Hall from the Greater Milwaukee Urban League.
When you're in these roles, you're taking a chance with people maybe wanting to harm you. Once I learned the history of the Urban League, I see it as an honor and a privilege because of what the organization has done and how we are still so relevant.
WTMJ Conversations, Sunday mornings at 11 on WTMJ.
Well, it's the longest running music gig in Milwaukee's history. It's been over 43 years now, and I guess you could say, we love Jeff Stoll. He's here weekly playing a mean piano and singing all the kind of hits that you'd hope to hear at a genuine Wisconsin supper club. And at the Packing House, that's what we're committed to. being a genuine supper club, with hopes that people from all over southeastern Wisconsin and beyond make a point of visiting at least once. You'll hear great live music here every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday night. And for some people, a seat at the bar in our vintage lounge listening while having a couple of classic cocktails is just enough for a nice evening out. And for others, it's that plus one of our award-winning steak entrees. But there's much more than steak on our expansive menu. With live music, a vintage lounge, classic cocktails, and a genuine supper club menu that runs the gamut, how can you go wrong? This is Chris Wyken, inviting you to enjoy deliciousness from scratch at the Packing House.
Deliciousness from scratch. That's the Packing House.
Across from the airport on Layton.
As daylight hours decrease, crashes involving people driving and people biking or walking increase. Turn your lights on, slow down, and look around to help reduce nighttime crashes. Let's make sure everyone, no matter how they travel, gets home safe. Learn more at wisconsinbikefed.org.
Hi, it's Rose Gray from Fox World Travel, inviting you on an unforgettable 2024 adventure. Explore Alaska, Europe, Hawaii, Japan, Egypt, Vietnam, and South Africa by land or river exclusively with Fox World Travel. Our award-winning experts crafted extraordinary itineraries with Insight Vacations, Globus, Avalon Waterways, Uniworld, and Holland America. Follow your wanderlust. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO to start your journey. Let's explore the world together.
Be proactive so you're not freezing at home this winter. Your walls are drafty. Retrofoam of southeastern Wisconsin can fill your walls with foam insulation. It's all done from the exterior of your home without any hassle or mess. The entire process only takes a day, and Retrofoam of Southeast Wisconsin offers a lifetime warranty and property protection guarantee. Retrofoam of Southeastern Wisconsin takes pride in its customer service and efficiency. Get 20% off if you call by the end of September. Just search online, Retrofoam of Southeast Wisconsin.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Before you pack your suitcase, hear from the experts. Here's more of the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane and Colleen Ellsberg, you said you are here next Saturday before you take off on your trip to Amsterdam,
yes,
right?
It's going to be a quick turn. I'm going to run down here, do the show, then I have to do a presentation for Rose on Mexico near the Mayfair Mall area, and then I have to run home, pack, and get ready to go. So, yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll have you next week. I hear there are other trips happening with people that people may know.
Yeah, and speaking of river cruises, and one of my favorite things, Steve Scafidi is doing one next year, and it's really starting to sell out, especially after he talked about his Italy trip with Rose last week. What a great time they had. What a great guy to travel with. And so I'm excited for them because they are absolutely doing my favorite river cruise. They're doing the German Grandeur with Avalon. So it's amazing time of the year, July 16th through the 27th. I might have to pull rank and go with him instead of Rose. So we'll see. Steve, I'm a nice person. You can travel with me. But this one goes to such neat places. We'll go start in Munich for 2 nights. So it's very similar to what I'm doing. It's just going the other direction. So they get out to Neuschwanstein, which is Crazy King Ludwig's castle, and that's the one that Disney designed the castle after.
Okay.
And then this one, I kind of call it the Berg trip because there's a lot of bergs you go to, and I'm in Augsburg. So Cedarburg, yeah, exactly. You start in Nuremberg, then you go to Bamberg, there's Würzburg, there's Strasbourg, so a lot of berg cities. Nuremberg is amazing. A lot of World War II history there. I think it's Würzburg or Bamberg. One of them has this amazing sausage place that you go to. Great beer throughout. You actually go to Frankfurt, Rudesheim, which is amazing brandies and wine. Go up to Beaupard, which has a cute little theater that everybody should see. You do a little bit on the Rhine, you do the Main, you'll do a little bit of the Danube. Then it heads on down to Strasbourg. So you're kind of doing a France-German combination there. And then you end in Basel, Switzerland, after a stop in Brisach in the Black Forest, the cuckoo clocks and the Black Forest cake and all that good stuff. So a great combination of a lot of different things. And then I believe we'll probably fly home from Zurich from there. So great trip with Steve. And then we're also doing our good friend Gene Miller.
The OG.
Oh, I love Gene Miller.
The original Gene.
Yes,
the OG.
The OG. Is that what we're calling him? I love Gene. And I probably should pull rank on this one, but I'll probably be in Alaska. But it's August 22nd. He's doing Spectacular Ireland, which is a little bit different than your typical, again, I call them those triangle tours where you just do Dublin, Killarney. This one does that as well, but you also do Waterford, you go to Blarney Castle. But what's neat about this, you do two rings. You do the Ring of Kerry and the Dingle Peninsula. So you do two beautiful drives. And then you go up to the Cliffs of Moher, spend 2 nights in Galway, and that's just an amazing university town with a beautiful cathedral. You go up to Kylemore Abbey at Connemara, see the marble areas. You'll go out to some little islands and then come a little bit farther north. So you're still within Ireland proper, but it's in and out of Dublin. So it's just an all-around great trip with Gene. And he's nice.
So how big is, when you think Ireland, it's a country, right?
Yeah.
How big is that compared to the U.S.?
It's teeny.
That's what I'm saying. So you're
yeah.
saying all this traveling, it makes it sound like, oh, we're going to be on a bus all the time.
Yeah, I think there's some kind of fact that if you're in Ireland, you're never more than 50 miles from water.
Yeah.
It's very little. It's so there's a lot of stops, a lot of going on, but it's very short rides.
Right, which is great.
Yeah,
Get to see the
absolutely.
whole country, but do it in short spurts. As
Absolutely,
you're going around.
yeah.
All right, so some great trips there. If you go to foxworldtravel.com, hover over travel and go to Fox Group Vacations. That's where you'll find all of those. So we have about a minute left. Tell people how they get in touch with you. When's the best time? How's this process work?
Okay, the best thing to do is to call us at 866-GO-FOX-GO. Check out our website, foxworldtravel.com. If you're thinking about doing your own trip or want more information on anything, please look on our website and fill out that form that you always talk about a lot, and that's the best way, and make it as detailed as possible. And those will be sorted out to either someone close to you or by expertise, and they'll get in touch with you, and you can start the process of building your own fabulous trip, and that's what we aim to do. And Fox World Travel, that's just vacation, we do so much more. We're corporate, we're meetings and incentives, and we have our amazing wedding department as well.
Yeah, and different people, specialists that handle all this stuff to make sure it's the perfect trip for you.
Absolutely. We just, I work with such an intelligent crew. I love who I work with. I love Fox World Travel. Our Thanks a Bunch month is over. I'm kind of sad about that. But they really took good care of us and did a lot of great things for the company. And just very proud that there's always somebody that I can go to for information.
So you guys are one of the biggest travel agencies in the country, right?
Yeah, number 25. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I love it. And I love that we're not a huge company. We're a privately owned company, a family-owned, third generation, and to have that kind of status within the United States is pretty cool.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Coming up next, Danny Clayton and the crew from Annex Wealth Management.
The preceding program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma brands.
I'd been living with a snoring problem nearly my entire life. In fact, I can remember my mother teasing me, saying that I'd snore so loudly that the walls of our house would cave in with each breath.
Fast forward only recently, when Jessica's snoring forced her husband out of their bed and into another room. It's a pretty common situation. We call it a sleep divorce, and that's not good. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula with Advent. After Jessica had a thorough breathing triangle evaluation, we found that her snoring problem required a simple solution. In-office balloon sinuplasty. It's a 20-minute procedure, and it works. You won't find it offered by big box healthcare, but you will find it at Advent, where we offer every effective snoring and sleep apnea solution available. You can hear more of Jessica's story at adventknowsjessica.com and take your first step towards breathing well so you can live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
The place to get caught up, to speak out, to connect and be entertained. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 10 o'clock, it's 69 degrees, pretty clear today from the WTMJ Breaking News Center. I'm Jack Grau. A potential government shutdown impact could reach to more than just federal workers.
Director of Advocacy and Outreach, Satira Lord, tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News the shutdown would impact people enrolled in programs that need federal funding.
Those participating in WIC, which is women, infant, and children, they are going to be impacted.
Beyond WIC, Head Start could also see its grant funds dry up if the shutdown gets long.
You have women, infant, and children who will be impacted not only through their food, but also potentially their childcare. And there might be having to be some tough choices depending on how long that this goes.
Lord says they're hoping to help people like this through donations. Wyatt Barmore Pooley, WTMJ News.
Another